Yo. I don't know why I started like that. It's 12:20 a.m. Welcome to KO Bets. It's been a long day. It's been a couple of long days, actually. I'm down in the kitchen because obviously everyone's sleeping in my house. Seems like I'm kind of going in and out of focus on the camera here. Yeah, just a freaking crazy week. Just a crazy life I'm living these days. We do have a guest appearance tonight. His name is Benjamin, but we call him B. Yeah, he's gonna hang out here with me. He likes to sit up here. So we got a crazy card tomorrow. It's a lot of good fights going down. Before we get started and get into the fights, I think what we'll do is, well, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe to the channel and get notified when I go live. It also pumps me up. I'm trying to fix my hair. Pumps me up when I see a new subscriber, someone join the live stream. I love seeing that. So if you if you enjoy the UFC, if you enjoy betting, if you enjoy the NFL, feel free to subscribe and come hang out whenever I go live. Tonight, I volunteered. I wanted to do it. I went to a wedding last weekend for my girlfriend's sister, and her and the husband, they went down to Punta Cana, and I offered to pick them up. They flew in and out of O'Hare, and if you're from Chicago or if you traveled through O'Hare, sometimes more is not better. And I love Midway Airport. I can't stand O'Hare. The layout of the place, the traffic heading into it, it's just miserable. And I have always a much better experience, just taking my car, parking it at the economy lot. It's cheap. It's like for a whole week parking there, it's less than an Uber just to park your own car at Midway. Take Southwest, you can get anywhere, right? It's amazing. Good rate, good price. So I picked them up, traveled internationally. Customs was a mess, so it was kind of a long night of traveling, if I'm being honest. Like, I was probably in the car like 5.5, 6 hours. So a little bit zonked, a little bit beat, but I did all my homework before I left because I was like, as soon as I get back, I'm gonna just hop on the stream. Did try a new hot dog place. If you've never been to Chicago, hot dogs, Italian beef, pizza, it's a delicacy, right? Tried a new place, OG place, OG joint. Nice. There we go. That looks better. Gene and Jude's. Fantastic. Fantastic. So they take the hot dog, they put it in like a double paper wrapper. This is how they wrap up your hot dog, and you get it Chicago style. So a little relish, mustard, the peppers, tomato, I think. Then they put the fries on top of the hot dog, and you're supposed to eat the hot dog with a little bit of fries on there. Pretty good. Very good, actually. Really enjoyed that. That was a nice little treat. Let's get into the fights. It's enough. I tried to do this at 7, so yeah, I'm running like a little behind schedule. It's pretty late, but I don't know what it is. I just don't sleep much. We got Jordan Levitt taking on Matt Sales. Jordan Levitt, minus 125 odds. Matt Sales, plus 105. Levitt, 1-1 in the UFC. Grappler, relentless grappler. Pretty decent amount of attempts per match. So he's definitely going to want to grapple. Needs to get probably 2 to 3 takedowns and keep it there to win, in my opinion. He's taken on Matt Sales. He's 1-2. His last fight, though, was in 2019. He's got a good stand-up game, pushes a nice pace, in my opinion. It's just, Matt Sales is going to be substantially better than Levitt on the feet, in my opinion, and Levitt's going to be substantially better than Sales in the grappling department. So it's like, is Matt Sales going to be able to keep this one standing up? He does have an 81% takedown defense, but he looked real bad against Bryce Mitchell in his last fight, but obviously Levitt's not Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell, he's pretty good. I do think Matt Sales is going to be able to keep this one standing up on the feet. He does push a pace. He is kind of elusive. Kind of steps out of those. Doesn't get his angles cut off too often, simply because he's changing his approach constantly throughout the fight. I think he can keep this one standing. I do think it's going to be trouble, if Sales were to get on the mat and end up on the bottom, or, have Levitt around his back, going for a rear naked submission. I do think that would be maybe a bit of a problem. I think Matt Sales is going to keep it standing up. He's going to keep it from getting to the ground. Levitt, on the other hand, it'll be interesting just to see how he wears the shots. Part of me thinks like this might not go the distance, but it's a real tough prediction to make, either way. You're taking the grappler or the stand-up fighter. And that's the thing. Levitt's going to... I've never done this in the history of the show. No, I'm not going to do it now. Levitt's going to go for that takedown, though, relentlessly throughout the match. So I guess I'm hoping that Matt Sales' shots are going to wear a little bit heavy on Jordan, but man, tough prediction to make. I'm probably not going to bet on it. I'm not going to bet on any sort of finish or anything. That's another thing. I didn't really get into the prop bets, but I'll give you my predictions if I have any in the fights. But like, I kind of think it's going to be an inside the distance match. Like, I think if Levitt gets it to the mat early, that's key, and he gets the back, like, he could put it away. He doesn't have the best cardio in the world, so I think if it's standing the whole time, maybe Sales with his pace, wear and tear, maybe he gets the finish in like the later rounds, Probably going to stay away from that one. I don't know if that's audible. If it is, it's... I guess you either think it sounds cool or gross. So, I'm going to go with Matt Sales. Matt Sales for sure. Just taking the stand-up. I kind of like the stand-up. Levitt scares me, though. But if I'm making a pick, I say Sales. Next fight, we've got Don'Tale Mayes against Josh Parisian. Parisian is 1-1 in the UFC. His one win was a split decision. Mays 1-2 in the UFC. They both have knockout power, pretty tremendous knockout power. Yeah, I just think, I think you could bet knockout in this and you could feel pretty comfortable. Um, I got my phone. Let's actually look at that. That's why you're doing the show, Bill. It's to tell us. Alright, it might die, but we could just pull it up on here then. Anyways, let's actually do that. Nice. Okay. So Dontel Mays is the favorite. Josh Parisian plus 165. Um, winning method. Let's see this. Mays KO 175. Parisian KO 450. Exact method of victory KO plus 100. That's an interesting. That's a. That's probably like a realistic outcome. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the fight props, okay, fight to go the distance minus 135. If you don't think the fight's gonna go the distance, like, how do you think it's gonna happen? Yeah, I guess you're discounting. I guess you're discounting the what is it? Submission in this case, right? You're taking that out of play, but I don't really think it's gonna be this fight's gonna go to the mat. I think it's gonna be a standing up bout against a couple of heavy punchers. Either one could go out. I'm gonna roll with Dontel Mays. Just think maybe he's a little bit quicker, so maybe he could come to that point of contact a little bit more quickly. Parisians, he's gonna throw a little more volume. Definitely does have the power to put you away, but Mays, I think Mays punches pretty hard. Yeah, neither fighter has a great gas tank in this, so you're looking for something early too. I don't know. As we pull up the maybe round props, winning round one, plus 225. It's interesting. I never bet rounds personally, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. I'll probably go with my winning method, exact method of victory, either fighter, KO, plus 100. I got Mays. He's not giving me that much more money back, and I just get him. I mean, I get them both at plus 100. That's a good deal. That seems like a pretty safe bet for a very tough fight to predict. Raquel Pennington taking on Macy Chiasson. Raquel Pennington minus 160 favorite. Macy Chiesa plus 140. Pennington, 2-fight win streak, lots of experience. Macy Chiasson, on the other hand, she's on a 2-fight win streak as well. Really good stand-up game, tall, long reach. She's gonna probably look pretty good standing up in this match. I do like Raquel Pennington's ability to wrestle in this, and we have seen Macy Chiasson, struggle a little bit in the takedown defense department. Can Raquel get this fight to the ground? I think yes. I think she's a veteran. I think she's savvy enough to like seek out that approach in this fight. Knows better than to maybe keep it standing with Macy Chiasson. Um, you know, I don't know if I'm exactly looking for any sort of specific prop bet. I mean, Raquel Pennington, if you look at the win by percentage, it's majority decisions, and in those decisions, it's about control, right? So I don't think she's going to outstrike Macy Chiasson on the feet, but I do think she can get takedowns in this. I do want her to exploit that. I don't know if this fight's going to go the distance. I could see Pennington via, submission or decision minus 165 though. And then there's always that risky factor with ground, like even if you take someone who should approach a fight on the ground, there's always the risk of like a ground and pound finish, and that's a KO. Yeah, I don't want to pick any sort of bet in this. I mean, do I think the fight will go the distance? Sure, I guess so. I'm gonna roll with Raquel Pennington for minus 160. Her only knockout loss was to Amanda Nunes. She's fought against great stand-up strikers, gone 3 rounds with them, arguably better strikers than Macy Chiasson and Holly Holm. Can't think of others, but she's gone the distance with some really, really top-level female mixed martial artists, and I think she's got the tools to win this and the experience to win it, put together a game plan. Yeah, let's go Raquel. Next one, we've got Charles Jourdain taking on Andre Ewell. Jourdain's 11-4. I think it's Ewell, Andre Ewell. Yeah, that sounds way better. Andre Ewell, 17-8. Jourdain, I like him in this. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. On the other side, Ewell, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. So with Andre, I've noticed maybe his gas tank, maybe like he has maybe a little bit of a gas tank issue. Like I think he fought it wasn't Grutzmacher. Who was it? It was someone just like he should have probably beat. Not Julio Arce, not Gutierrez. Maybe I was thinking it was Chris Gutierrez. Come on, B. Yeah, maybe I was thinking it was Chris Gutierrez, but yeah, I just like Jourdain in this. I think he's pretty creative, really nice fighter. Like the output. Like how powerful his shots look. You can see the finish rate for him. It's pretty high in the KO department. Don't think either fighter has to really worry about takedowns. Yeah, give me Charles Jourdain in this. Maybe knockout, but could be decision too. Oh wait, I don't think decision would be crazy. Submission. Yeah, he's never had at least in the UFC, a decision win. I don't know. Minus 200 is not bad for Jourdain. It's not bad at all. No prop. No prop to throw out there. Sijara Eubanks taking on Melissa Gatto. I've got Bean in my lap right now. He's purring and scratching me, wanting pets. We've got Sijara Eubanks taking on Melissa Gatto. Sijara Eubanks, really nice jiu-jitsu fighter, looked good against Elise Reed in her last fight. I would say her boxing looks fairly decent too in the last fight. Didn't look bad at all. She's taking on Melissa Gatto, who's actually the underdog. 1-0. Looked good in her debut. Looked pretty strong. Yeah, pushed the pace. I think it might have been a round 1 finish. Should hopefully, seems in really good shape. They both do. But Melissa Gatto, she looked pretty good in her last fight. I don't know if Shijara is going to be able to get like takedowns and bring this into the world of jiu-jitsu in this fight. I think it's going to be primarily fought standing up, and I think Melissa Gatto I think she's got this. I don't know if it's going to come via knockout again, but yeah, she looked pretty good. So you could get her for underdog odds, which is interesting. And if Sijara gets it to the match, she's definitely got a good shot of winning. It's very similar to, kind of, maybe a little bit like Sijara's boxing's better than Levitt's, or she uses it more, a little bit more. It's kind of like that. I give Melissa maybe the slight edge on the feet, and then she just seems strong. Like sometimes when you're strong, it doesn't matter what your technique is, your grappling technique. You can just get out of it. Not going to throw out any sort of prop bet on this one. Gatto is the underdog at plus 150. Close matchup. Just on value alone, kind of similar to Matt Sales, or even Josh Pearson. These are some very close fights. Very close fights. So. We've got a few more before the main event. We've got Justin Tafa taking on Harry Hunsucker. Tafa 4-3. Harry Hunsucker 7-4. Tafa's 1-3 in the UFC. All 4 of his wins in his career have come via knockout. He's 1-3 in the UFC though. Really struggled a little bit. He's a little wound up now, Venus. Harry Hunsucker plus 250. Nah, I don't think he's gonna win. Harry Hunsucker. Look, it just absorbs way too much damage. Oh, but he is only 0-1 in the UFC, and he lost to Tai Tuivasa. It's a small sample size. I think he might have had Tai rocked a little bit, and then Tai just kind of swung in and clipped him, caught him. I'm going to go with Justin Tafa at minus 320. I kind of like the idea of a finish in this for sure. Minus 320 is not terrific odds for the matchup by any means. Tafa KO minus 200. What would I put the over, like, does the fight go the distance? I'm going to say no is at minus 350. Oh, minus 650? What? Minus 450 for the KO? Man. Well, I don't think Tafa's got a good gas tank. I don't think Harry Hunsucker. He had an early loss to tie. So, yeah, I'm going with Tafa. But this is dangerous. This is dangerous what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, you could bet, you could do something crazy on this. I don't think it's too nuts, but kind of like Dante Mays, like, it might happen early. The longer it goes, the more tired they'll get, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. You could do under 1.5 rounds for minus 210. Tafa KO round 1 plus 100. That's so... It's Francis-esque. Maybe not quite, but kind of crazy odds for just kind of crazy, right? For professional fighters, right? Like, this guy's gonna knock it out his opponent in the first round. That's what everyone thinks. Raoni Barcelos taking on Victor Henry. Barcelos, super nice fighter, really good, well-rounded, technical Muay Thai. On the other side, he's going up against Victor Henry, 21-5 professionally. He's making his UFC debut. He's the type of fighter that just likes to push the pace. Barcelos is strong, though. He's a strong striker. He's technical. I don't know if Victor Henry's going to be able to, like, wear the shots of Raoni Barcelos throughout this entire match. He's game to fight. He's game to throw down, but the defense isn't great. I don't know if it's like a strategy some guys fight with, but he's going to push the pace. The question is our Raoni's, is he going to be active enough to deter that? Are his shots going to be painful enough to deter that kind of fighting style that Victor's looking to bring to this? I say yes. Barcelos is on a 1-fight losing streak. Prior to that streak, though, he was on a 9-fight win streak. So that was to Timur Valiev, but He is a good fighter. Tough debut for Victor. Oh, Barcelos is minus 365. I mean, I don't know if he can knock out Victor Henry. I think it might go to a decision, but I mean, he could knock him out for sure. It'll be interesting to see with that style Victor has. Next fight, we've got a couple of grapplers. We've got Dustin Stoltzfus taking on Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald Meerschaert, 33-14. Dustin Stoltzfus, 13-3. Stoltzfus is plus 195 odds. Gerald Meerschaert, minus 240. Gerald's a jiu-jitsu guy. Good kicks. Super dangerous from the, when you get in a grappling match with this guy, there's a good chance you're going to get submitted. He's on a 2-fight winning streak after, I think, his loss to Hamzat. And yeah, he's looked good in his last 2 fights. He's going up against Dustin Stoltzfus. He is also a really good grappler. Probably would describe him more as like a wrestler, but he's really good. 0-2 in the UFC. Yeah, I think kind of like Gerald's coming up, a couple of wins in a row. Dustin's got a couple of losses in a row. Who do they lose to? Let's review that. Vieira and Daukaus. Interesting. I'm going to go with Gerald Meerschaert. What is it, G3? All right. So, quick little break here. I saw the new Spider-Man last night. I went to an AMC theater. Such an incredible movie. It's 12:55 in the morning. You guys, you should all go out and see it. It's a really good movie, really enjoyable. All right, back to the fights. I gotta finish this. And keep up the energy. Cub Swanson taking on Darren Elkins, because that's what Darren deserves. Alright, so Darren Elkins is probably one of my favorite fighters. You look back at, I'll always say this whenever he fights. If you get a chance, watch Elkins versus Bektik. It's one of the most epic fights ever. This dude's beat up, bloody, the emotion, the comeback win. It was incredible. An incredible performance by Darren Elkins. He's taking on Cub Swanson. Also, OG. Been around for a while. Really good. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. Darren Elkins, 2-fight win streak. Cub Swanson, really good boxing. Definitely has struggled in the past with grapplers. Not sure what we're going to see out of Darren Elkins in the grappling department. I think he's going to... we know his style. He's going to take your shots and he's going to dish out his own, But he's absolutely one of my favorites. He eats everything. Elbows, knees, hands, feet. Really durable, really tough. you always got to give him a chance, but I think Cub Swanson's more technical. I think he's the better boxer. As long as he can avoid that, whatever waits for him in round 3, if it gets to that point, as long as he's got something left in the tank to take some shots and, keep his pace up and stay dangerous, he'll be good. He's 11-3 in decisions. Not great takedown defense, but I don't think we're gonna see him Darren Elkins go for the takedowns too often. Good fight. Diego Ferreira taking on Mateus Gamrot. Diego 17-4 in the UFC, 17-4 professionally. Mateus 19-1, won no contest. Diego's the underdog at plus 165. Mateus Gamrot, the favorite, at minus 195. Diego Ferreira, 2-fight losing streak in the UFC, does have a lot of experience fighting for the company. Jiu-jitsu fighter, really developed his striking a lot over the recent years. Mateus Gamrot, 2-1 in the UFC. He's a prospect for sure. He's looking to put this 12 next to his name. And then he's looking to fight, someone in the top 10. For sure. He's a good fighter. Looks really dangerous, well-rounded. Probably has I said Diego is a jiu-jitsu guy. He'll be fine wherever this fight goes, in my opinion, Mateus Gamrot. He'll be fine wherever this ends up. Really like him in this. He's minus 195. I like him a lot. Maybe I'll just do some sort of round robin thing tomorrow. Is what it's looking like, because I like picking results in some of these, and the winner and the finish method in others. Next match we got Rafael Assunção taking on Ricky Simón. Rafael 27-8. Ricky 18-3. Rafael is on a 3-fight losing streak, but he's lost to some really good strikers. He was beating Cody Garbrandt, and then he got caught. He lost to Corey Sandhagen and Marlon Moraes, but he does have a Marlon Moraes win earlier in his career. He's got a win over Dillashaw in his career. Sterling. Rob Font. But he's 40 years old. He's getting up there. Taking on Ricky Simón. He's coming off a 3-fight win streak. He is the favorite in this, minus 290. Rafael's plus 230. Just a wrestling machine. Look at this. What the hell is that? He's just going to push for the takedown. Really, really push for the takedown. So is Rafael going to be able to fend off Ricky for 3 rounds? I think no. Not sure how this is going to end, but I think Ricky's going to impose his will, get the takedowns. Don't know, if he's going to get any sort of finish in this, ground and pound, something like that, maybe. But I think this is all about just getting the takedowns, winning via decision. But I'm going to go with Ricky Simón. Went down the wrong pipe a little. Let me... too late for this. All right, we've got Amanda Lemos taking on Angela Hill. Amanda Lemos 10-1. 10-1-1. Angela Hill 13-10. Angela Hill is plus 230 underdog. Amanda Lemos minus 290 favorite. Lemos is 4-1 in the UFC. She's on a 4-fight win streak. Good boxer. Angela Hill, 1-fight losing streak. Experience. An output machine. Really good boxer herself. Has had really, really good performances in the octagon in the past, coming off losses. But I still think Amanda Lemos is just a little bit more powerful and maybe is going to be able to match the output. But for sure her shots are going to be more powerful. I also like her potential ability to get this to the mat if she needs it to get there. Get one takedown just to steal around kind of a thing. I think she could probably figure out a way to do that in this match, but I think it's going to come down to just Angela Hill not wearing the shots of Amanda Lemos very well. I could see a knockout or decision. I mean, Angela Hill is tough. Most of her fights do go to a decision. So, you could hedge the KO with the decision. You could just go decision if you don't think it's going to be a finish. Next fight, we've got Stephen Thompson taking on Bilal. Remember the name? Muhammad. I remember this guy when he was starting. He put the pick in his beard, and then he went to U of I. I think he might have been on the wrestling team there, but he went to U of I. He's taken on Stephen Thompson, the karate master. There's not really too many comparable fighters to Stephen Thompson. Pretty unique side stance. Really does a good job of lifting up that front leg and creating all sorts of angles on his kicks with that. It's almost like a fencer, just throws it out there and gets you from all sorts of angles, because you got the knee joint and hip joint. You can just throw that in different ways. Side kick, question mark kick, unlike bubblegum. There's side kicks, question mark kicks, spin heel kicks, roundhouse kicks, front kicks, back kicks, mule kicks. I don't think I should have said that, but screw it. Bilal Muhammad. Yeah, what does he bring? Super competitive. Good wrestler. Definitely. He's really competitive. He reminds me of people that Stephen Thompson has faced recently and lost to, which scares me. I don't know. Stephen Thompson versus Gilbert Burns. I was disappointed after that. I took Stephen Thompson thinking it was going to be a striking match, and Gilbert Burns did not let that happen at all. Bilal just kind of seems like someone who definitely has the skill set to potentially win a fight with Stephen Thompson, You know, he's going to push a high pace. He's going to maybe go for some takedowns, I hope. I mean, why wouldn't you against Stephen Thompson? It's been hard to take down Stephen Thompson in the past, but we've seen it recently. We have in that fight versus Gilbert Burns. We saw it. Man, it seems like Stephen Thompson shouldn't be minus 210. Just given Bilal's skill set. I think at plus 175, Bilal is, I'm looking at his eyes right now. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I kind of like a decision. I think if someone's going to win a knockout, it's going to be... I mean, it could be either guy. If someone's going to win a submission, it would be Bilal. Yeah, I don't know. I just really like Bilal's competitiveness. It'll be interesting to see how he wears Stephen Thompson's shots. You know, the last super elite striker we saw him go up against was Leon Edwards, in my opinion. And he was just getting outclassed a little bit on the feet. You know, that's a way different fight, I would say, than Stephen Thompson. You know, but, you know, Stephen Thompson might be just as good in the striking department. So, man, I think Stephen Thompson avoids the takedowns. I think he wins this fight standing up. I think he could potentially finish it standing up. Yeah, I want to take Bilal just because, like, Stephen Thompson he's disappointed me in some bets over the years, and I just really like Bilal Muhammad and his competitiveness. Should be a good fight. I'll tell you what, like, Bilal could definitely win a decision versus Stephen Thompson, just with his pace alone. If Stephen Thompson's gonna have any low output in this, or if those kicks that he's throwing to, like, the leg kicks, aren't being credited as much as, like, some other shots that are being thrown in the bout by the judges, like, Bilal Muhammad could for sure win this, in my opinion. I kind of like a decision. I kind of like it to go the distance. Holy cow, I'm tired. We're almost done though. 2 plus 250. I always double check this, and it's the same every time. Decision and going the distance. One day it's going to be different, though. I'm going to point it out, and it's just because of OCD or something that I'm doing it, but I'm going to point it out, and we're all going to have a hoot about it, right? Unless it's like a Francis Ngannou fight, then it's like, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be a decision. Although versus Cyril Gane, what's going to happen? Alright, so we got the main event. We got Derek Lewis taking on Chris Daukaus. Derek Lewis, one fight losing streak, just coming off that loss to Cyril Gane. Chris Daukaus, 4-0 in the UFC. We know what Derek Lewis is. He's a KO machine, right? Low output. I think he has gotten better. We've seen him win some decisions. I want to say he's like 8-4 4 in decisions. But I think he could pick up the pace. He says he's working on his body a little bit, trying to slim up or whatever. I think it would do him a lot of good. He's got incredible dynamite in his hands. I don't think taking off a little bit of weight's gonna necessarily hurt his power. It's just gonna make him faster. He's taking on Chris Daukaus, who's for sure more technical, but they're a couple of dangerous fighters in this match. I like the knockout. I like the finish in this. If it does go to a decision, though, I favor Chris Daukaus. I don't know. Daukaus is definitely going to push that pace. Like, can he... I really like his tenacity. I like his willingness to fight. He's just got to be careful against a fighter like Derek Lewis, like, getting in the pocket and striking with a guy like that. If we look at the latest fighters he's gone up against, they're way different. They're way different than what Derek Lewis presents. It's a good fight. It's an entertaining fight. I think it's going to be a knockout by Derek Lewis. Plus 125. I switched it. I like Derek. I'm allowed to switch it. I've got my little asterisk next to Chris Daukaus. But I like Derek in this. The more I think about it, it just... I think it's gonna be fought standing up. Daukaus, he does have good cardio. It is kind of interesting. Like, Daukaus is getting his first taste against some real serious power, and maybe he's had some other stuff in his earlier pro career, but Derek Lewis, he's got another pretty lively heavyweight across from him. Not what Cyril Gane is, but he does have an active guy across from him. Let's see, the KO minus 400. Derek Lewis KO plus 175. Chris Daukaus KO plus 120. What the heck? I think the only time we've seen Derek Lewis maybe get KO'd was... Yeah, Dos Santos. He got behind him, flattened him out. Technical knockout. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Derek Lewis. He's always dangerous, always has a chance. Might throw him into something, but I don't know. Maybe just bet on a stoppage in this one. Put that in something. Parlay it with someone I like to win. Gamrot. Oh, maybe Jourdain. I like Jourdain a lot. I just don't like, I don't like putting... I don't know. There's just something about parlays. I just feel like just an idiot every time I place one. It's just like dumb money. So I do these round robins, and sometimes I have good weeks, where I do really good, and then a lot of days I do these round robins and I just like break even. Like NBA, I just break even on it. Did some round robins today. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the fights. I gotta get to bed. It's so late. I can't believe I hopped on tonight, but it's about dedication. Do it because I mean, I like to do it. You know, maybe eventually I'll find my community. It's slowly building. I've got some subscribers. It would help to go on at a time when people are actually awake instead of at this time, but kind of is what it is. You know? You know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm gonna sign off. I hope everyone has a good evening and a wonderful Saturday. I'll be back on tomorrow if there's football on tomorrow. I heard something like there might be Saturday games or something. Someone texted earlier this week to my attention, and I was like, oh, interesting. But I should probably make my picks early then. All right. Happy weekend, everyone. Talk to you later.